Hi, Mike. I was thinking about something that so many people struggle with, speaking English confidently.
Hi, Elena. Oh, you're so right. I've seen it so many times. People freeze up when they have to speak English. It's not because they don't know the words or grammar, but because they're too nervous to try.
Exactly. Some people feel shy because they're afraid of being judged or they don't want to make mistakes. Others are worried they'll forget what to say or won't sound good enough.
Yes, and that fear can be paralyzing. But here's the good news. It's totally possible to overcome it. It just takes a few strategies and a lot of practice.
That's so true. Today, let's focus on tips that can help anyone, whether they're beginners or already know some English but feel too nervous to use it.
Sounds great. Let's start with the basics. How to practice speaking in a way that builds confidence.
Tip 1, practice out loud. Okay? First tip, practice out loud. I remember someone telling me, don't just think in English, speak in English. It made such a difference for me.
Absolutely. Speaking out loud helps your brain and mouth work together. It's like exercising. The more you do it, the more natural it feels.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be formal. You can talk to yourself while doing everyday things, like I'm making coffee or I'm folding my laundry.
I do that too. And honestly, my dog has been my best conversation partner. He never interrupts or corrects me.
That's a good one. Pets are the perfect audience. My cat just stares at me, but at least she doesn't criticize my pronunciation.
Tip 2, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Here's another one. Don't worry about making mistakes. That used to hold me back so much.
Oh, same here. But you know what helped me? Realizing that mistakes are just part of learning. They're like stepping stones to getting better.
Exactly. I like to think of mistakes as experiments. If something doesn't work, you just try again until it does.
That's a great way to put it. And honestly, most people are just happy you're making an effort. They're not judging you for little errors.
True. I remember once I said, I have 21 years instead of, I am 21 years old. My friend laughed, but they also helped me correct it. It was a good memory, not an embarrassing one.
Tip 3, start simple. Oh, here's a tip that helped me a lot. Start simple. You don't need to use complicated sentences to communicate well.
Totally. I used to get stuck because I wanted to sound smart, but it's way better to say something simple and be understood.
Exactly. Like, instead of saying, I am particularly fond of Italian cuisine, you can just say, I like Italian food.
That's so true. Clear and simple sentences make conversations smoother, and they give you the confidence to keep going.
Tip 4, warm up before speaking. Here's a good one, warming up before speaking. I like to think of it as stretching your brain muscles.
Yes, warming up works wonders. Before I have to speak, I practice a few phrases or sentences. It helps me feel ready.
Me too. For example, if I know I'll be ordering food, I practice saying, can I have a coffee, please? Or, do you have vegetarian options?
That's a great idea. And if you're in a conversation, it's okay to pause and think. Native speakers do it all the time with words like or.
Absolutely. It's better to take a moment than to rush and feel stressed. Pausing shows that you're thoughtful, not unsure.
Tip 5. Practice in low-pressure situations. Another thing that helped me was starting with low-pressure situations. Talking with friends or family made it less scary.
That's so true. I practiced a lot with my cousin. He was always encouraging, and I felt comfortable trying new words and sentences.
That's great. And if you don't have someone like that, there are so many online platforms where you can practice. Everyone there is in the same situation, so it's a safe space.
Tip 6. Celebrate small wins. Here's a tip I love. Celebrate small wins. Every time you use English, even for a few words, it's a success.
Absolutely. I remember the first time I ordered something in English. It was just a coffee, but it felt like I'd climbed a mountain.
That's such a great feeling. I always tell people to reward themselves, like treat yourself to your favorite snack or write down your progress.
Yes. Keeping a journal is a fantastic idea. It's so motivating to look back and see how far you've come.
Tip 7. Be consistent and have fun. And here's the big one. Consistency. Even practicing for just 5 minutes a day makes a huge difference.
Definitely. I like to compare it to playing a sport. You don't become great at basketball overnight. It takes regular practice.
Exactly. And it should be fun. Watch your favorite shows, listen to music, or play language games in English. When you enjoy the process, it doesn't feel like work.
That's so true. I started watching sitcoms in English, and not only did I learn new expressions, but I also laughed a lot. It made learning enjoyable.
I did the same with cooking videos. I picked up so many food-related words without even trying.
Tip 8. Visualize success. Here's something I tried recently, visualizing success. Before speaking, I imagine myself having a great conversation. It really boosts my confidence.
Oh, I love that. It's like giving your brain a pep talk. I do something similar. I remind myself of times when I spoke well. It helps me feel positive.
Exactly. It's all about mindset. If you believe you can do it, you're halfway there.
Tip 9. Learn useful phrases. Another tip is to learn some useful everyday phrases. Things like, "Excuse me, can you repeat that?" Or, "I don't understand," are so helpful.
That's a great one. Those phrases are like lifesavers when you're stuck. And they show the other person that you're trying, which people really appreciate.
Right? It's all about communication, not perfection.
I agree. And the best part is, these tips are simple and easy to try.
Wow, I think we've covered so much. It's amazing how little changes can make a big difference in speaking confidently. Totally. Let's keep practicing, learning, and enjoying the process.
Cheers to that.
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you don't miss our next video. We have an exciting and engaging topic lined up to help you practice your listening skills. Click here to watch it and keep improving your English.